But we've been talking about the need to build more houses, frankly, since I started in television. And that's a very long time. Just to say, we'll replace one for one, it's not nearly enough, is it? And just to say, we will look at these problems now. I mean, you've been in business for a long time already. You've left it too late, haven't you?
We saw, just before the pandemic hit, we saw the highest level of house building in 20 years. And I know in my constituency, where we saw, I think it was just 4 houses, new affordable houses a year being delivered under a Labour government and a Labour council before 2010. We were able to raise that to hundreds of new affordable houses by the end of that decade. Clearly, the pandemic has had an impact, though, on the delivery of new housing, and we need to make sure that we're getting back to building and we're delivering more. So I think some of the planning reforms that have been suggested will be helpful in that respect. Crucially, focusing on brownfield first, making more public land available for delivering housing. I've got a fantastic example of that in my own constituency with the regeneration of Shrub Hill, something that people have been talking about for decades, but this government is delivering through funding through a towns fund. So we can do these things. We can deliver more housing, including in city centres, and we need to get on and do it. But I do think this is part of a wider challenge as well, where we need to be levelling up across the country. And that's why I think the targeting of the support for schools that I'm announcing today is really important. We've got these 55 education investment areas. We want to prioritise those for new schools so that actually areas where perhaps children haven't had the opportunity to progress post-16 previously can have that gap filled. Have that opportunity to go as far as they can in their education and perhaps to go on to university, perhaps to take our new T-levels so that they can have the best chances in the workplace. And that's something I think we should be unapologetic about pressing forward with and not listening, I think, to some of the carping that we've heard from some of the unions on this, suggesting that these are wrong priorities.